Void Archive, a mysterious man who appeared in the Honkai Star Rail story 2 times and then disappeared, and nobody mentioned him ever again. So today we are going to discuss why did he disappear and where could he be, and I would love to hear your opinion about it in the comments section below. Now before we start, don't forget to subscribe, like and share to support the channel, and without any further ado, let's just get started. So first of all, as we all know, Void Archive was mentioned twice during the story of Honkai Star Rail, and the first one was at the very beginning when Himiko mentioned that Welt had a friend with him, but that friend left them for some reason and never returned again. And the second time was when Welt saw the face of Luocha and he remembered immediately Void Archive. He even had actually a memory of when he was sitting with Void Archive and he was talking with him. So basically these are the 2 times where Void Archive was mentioned in the Honkai Star Rail story, and then he was never ever mentioned again in the story, which is pretty interesting because he is as important character to the story as Welt is, due to the fact that he is the second character who came directly from Honkai Impact 3rd to the Honkai Star Rail. So he is a character that went from the Honkai Impact 3rd universe to the Honkai Star Rail universe. He isn't an XP, he isn't a character that looks like someone else, he is the character itself. And therefore, it is interesting that they didn't actually give him a spotlight like Welt. And in my opinion, the reason for that is that they are cooking up at some point the Honkai Star Rail and Honkai Impact 3rd story are going to meet up somewhere. I think that even going to Mars in Honkai Impact 3rd and then basically going throughout the entire solar system is a very good hint as well, to the point where they are going to meet up somewhere. And I think that that point is going to be where Void Archive is going to show up. He might be cooking something where he basically make the 2 timelines merge, or maybe something happens where characters from here goes there or characters from there goes here. It would be a really awesome concept, and I think that even if they don't do it exactly for both games, they might do it for Honkai Star Rail and basically make some characters from Honkai Impact 3rd to transmit to the Honkai Star Rail universe, or something similar to that. Maybe even make actually characters from Honkai Star Rail transmit to the Honkai Impact 3rd universe. That would be really awesome as well. But I think that there is something to the 2 stories that is going to meet up somewhere. And I think that that somewhere is going to be where Void Archive shows up. Now, before anyone tells me there is no relation between the 2 timelines, you are already wrong. The reason you are watching this video is because of the fact that there are 2 characters from the timeline of Honkai Impact 3rd that are already in the timeline of Honkai Star Rail. So please have common sense. The 2 timelines are related, and they are so related to the point where characters can jump from one timeline to the other timeline. Unlike Genshin didn't have actually that until now. We don't have any character that jumped from one timeline to another timeline, and therefore it's not as related as the Honkai Impact 3rd story and the Honkai Star Rail story. In Honkai Impact 3rd, we had 2 characters actually who jumped from their timeline to the Honkai Star Rail timeline, and that is a completely different story from being just on the same imaginary tree. No, they are literally in the same timeline, to the point where you can literally transmit from here to here without any problems, and that is just insane. So I really think that the story of Honkai Impact 3rd and the story of Honkai Star Rail are going to definitely meet up somewhere, and we are going to see more characters from Honkai Impact 3rd that are going to meet basically in Honkai Star Rail, and I really can't wait for that time. I understand that they will have actually to build up the story a lot first. They will need to build up their own story as well, and then they can branch out to the story of Welt and Void Archive, and as soon as soon as Welt and Void Archive becomes the main characters, or not the main characters, but the main point of the story, that's when Honkai Impact 3rd will come into play, and they will most likely show us some stuff that are related to Honkai Impact 3rd. So this is my opinion about it. I would love to hear your opinion about it in the comments section below, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. And as I said before, I don't think that they are going to let basically Void Archive and Welt just wander aimlessly in the universe of Honkai Star Rail just like that for no reason. I think that they will actually take them as main points of the story later on, and they will give us basically more information about them, and at that point I believe that Honkai Impact 3rd is going to be actually more and more relevant to the story of Honkai Star Rail than what many people are trying to make it look like. And I have never actually accepted the fact that some people say that there is no relation between the two stories. There is clear relation between the two stories. Like, I mean, let alone the XPs of the characters who are literally the exact same. Like, even Bronya and Seele love each other in both Honkai Star Rail and Honkai Impact 3rd, and we have even basically Silverwolf. And we have also Yanqing, we have basically, like, we have Natasha, we have literally so many XP characters, but that isn't the most important thing in my opinion. The most important thing in my opinion that makes the two timelines connected to each other is the fact that two characters from this timeline did transmit to the other timeline. It's not just XPs like Bronya and Seele, they are the real characters. They are Welt from Honkai Impact 3rd and Void Archive from Honkai Impact 3rd. They aren't just XPs of them. So that's why I believe that the stories are going to meet up at some point, and they are going to be basically they are going to be more related than what people want to give them credit for. Anyways, with that being said, that was everything for today. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so that they can enjoy it too. And if you got any useful information from this video, or if you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe my channel and turn on the notification bell beside it so that you stay notified with everything new about Honkai Impact 3rd and Honkai Star Rail. And with that being said, see you as always in the next video of Honkai Star Rail and Honkai Impact.